You know when you can't understand the process of something, so you just don't do it? I feel like that's the case with a lot of buyers. You've never bought before, so you don't know the steps included that you need to take in order to get to the finish line. So it kind of puts up a wall that makes it difficult for you to take that step into home ownership. So I've decided that I'm going to walk you through it with a 2-part series explaining to you exactly the steps it takes to go from finding out if you're pre-approved until closing. Stay tuned. The first step is getting pre-approved. This is something that gives people a lot of trouble, especially buyers that are first-time home buyers. They don't want to go through the process because they're worried their credit score is going to lower, or they don't want to send their information to a mortgage broker or a bank that's going to give them a pre-approval and let them know what price range they can shop in. It's really not that difficult. Find someone who you trust, or ask a local realtor who can recommend somebody for you, and just follow the steps. They walk you through it. They're working for you, especially if you use a broker, to get you the best product and rate you possibly can get. And from there, it's pretty smooth sailing. Then we find a realtor. You tell them, yes, I'm pre-approved and I'm ready to shop. Here's what I'm looking for. Find it for me. They set up an account for you. They set up subscriptions for you, which will send you all homes that hit the market in the places that you want to live, that fit the criteria, the homes that you want to buy. You find a couple you like. You ask to go see them. The realtor then takes you to see the home. The next step is to put the offer in on the home that you found that you loved. In order to do this, you need to have your realtor do their homework. They should be checking for recently sold homes of similar properties in that area to give you a good idea of where your offer should be. They also can gather some really good information by their communication with the listing agent to determine how much interest is in the home and basically get a good feel for where your initial offer should be. In some markets that we have experienced recently, sometimes you need to just go in with your best and final and hope that you did your best to get the property, but that's not typical. Typically, when we move to a more balanced market, more homework is required and there's more skill involved, so make sure you do your homework on who your realtor is going to be representing you. After that, once the offer is accepted, this is where the fun begins. We need to get an inspector who is going to come and inspect the home. Now keep in mind, when the inspector comes to check out the home, you're not in contract yet. You just have an agreed upon price. That is not binding by either the seller or by you. So once the inspector comes in and gives you a solid report about the home, you guys can negotiate on things that need to be fixed. Whether things do or don't will be determined by the report. And once it becomes agreed upon there, the attorneys send out the contracts that are completed and they need to be signed. Once they're signed, you are now in contract, and we have to let the banks do their work in order to figure out how to get you funded. Once the steps are taken, surveys is ordered and done, the title search is done, an appraisal will be ordered for the home. This is all stuff that is just communicated between your buyer's agent and the attorney to keep you on pace and understand what's going on. But there's really not much for you to do here. There are things for you not to do though. What you don't want to do is get too excited before you get a mortgage commitment and use your credit cards. Not a good idea. Don't take out a loan for a new car. Don't buy all the furniture on credit for your new house. These things are mistakes that crush deals when you're smooth sailing. There's no reason to get up ahead of yourself. It's better to have a house with no furniture than furniture with no house. So make sure you wait until you get the mortgage commitment and your broker and your attorney say you're in the clear, you're good to go. There's no more review and we're just waiting for the closing day before you purchase all that furniture. Now once that's set and all the work is done, you schedule the closing, you show up to the closing, you sign your paperwork, and that's it. You're now a homeowner. So it's really not that difficult of a process. I know it's nerve-wracking, but when you get what you want, the reward is way better than the stuff that you feel through the process. So if you have any more questions, reach out and I'll happily help you in any way. Have a good one.